Do you think psychedelics help loosen control or sharpen your focus?
I mean, they can do both, psychedelics really, it depends on the mindset of the people using it, it depends on the intent and the desire, of yeah, just like what you think will be the outcome, or even the feeling of it or whatever. It really depends on that. So, yeah, I mean, I think when you're intentionally doing psychedelics together and you're gonna do music together, most of the time people are, doing it willingly, and they're excited about it. So, so it starts there, and it's almost always good because everyone has the best intentions, and also, like, if it's not grooving, then like it's cool if your level of communication is like, is this, do we need to, like, should we take a break, or whatever, or no, let's just try something completely different. Let's
Hmm.
like let's stop what we're doing, and let's do a completely different way of approaching, the way we're doing this creatively. So it's all about the mindset of, like, being open, that anything is great, that anything that's produced is great. It's all usable. But it depends on your mindset. So you might hear a really shitty drum sound and you'll be like, nah, some people will be like, don't like that. I'm just gonna take a little bit more time and find a better drum sound. Or it's a shitty drum sound, like, yeah, it's kind of shitty, but I'll keep playing it. But I'm gonna add some effects, and I'm gonna, like, EQ this a little bit off, and then I'm gonna, like, purposefully kind of lean into it, and then add another thing that blends into that context. So it's more, psychedelics, I think, open those possibilities. I mean, I think the only time it wouldn't really work is just if someone's not having a good time on psychedelics. But music, if they're a musician, generally music, or even like movement, like dancing, whatever it is that you do that is like real time performative, it's self aligning. You're breaking into, like the number of hours that you've spent, working on your craft. That doesn't just disappear. When you go on a psychedelic, it's like it's still there. So you've got that, and if you start there and you're in a psychedelic state, even if you was feeling dark, you could shift it very, very quickly, very easily, especially if you're with other people that also love to jam. You'll equalize, you'll balance each other, you'll kind of, your energies will take care of each other.
That was one thing I was really interested about it. I'm a therapist, so obviously I'm really curious about like some of those like darker, deeper emotional states that can come up, knowing psychedelics are really great at bringing up all of that unconscious repressed material. So if you are in the creative space, especially creating with other people, and you do have some of that darkness come up and you're creating from that space, and maybe it's not the same space as other people are creating in, that's what you kind of answered that. But I'm so curious about that experience of like how that's held, how you respond to that in the moment. If something starts creeping in that maybe feels uncomfortable or scary, like, do you just let it flow? Do you try to change it? Do you speak to it? Like, what do you do with that?
um yeah, you mean, or what, when what comes up?
Like difficult emotional material.
Oh, um well, when you're creating, it's that stuff, it's not classified as that. I think oftentimes, if we're talking about, like, talking through an issue, is a different way of seeing something than feeling through an issue.
Hmm.
And feeling through an issue, um, like, talking can bring up awareness, and it's there, but I feel like feeling is really the way where you resolve, because now you're encoding more understanding in the totality of your being rather than a logical, uh, conceptual
Uh-huh.
part. It's like, this is a concept, and now I'm going to try to apply it in my life and see how it becomes embodied, as opposed to I have an understanding of something that is not, I'm in a loop about, and it's causing me distress in whatever way, manifestation. And then you dance. It's like you, like, talk about it, and then you just move inside of an environment of music on perhaps a dissociative or something like that, and you start to develop new understandings and connections to your body. And then when that concept is in mind, or it arises, it then just gets transmuted energetically. So
Wow.
it's a rapid way of solving things. It's not like it won't necessarily work that way for everybody, because some people's gravitation to ego and identity is so strong, it really has a hard time letting go in that
Hmm.
way. So, you know, all modalities are important, but I think, like, for me, I've discovered that movement, and performance, music, you know, like feeling music, playing music, that kind of stuff, it's really healing, very rapidly.
Yeah, beautiful.